Welcome to Lando Leaves Land. My name's Lando, and I traveled to Portsmouth, Virginia to buy my first sailboat. Where the winds take me, I don't really know, but it's gonna be an adventure. Subscribe, and thanks for joining me on this journey. In the last episode, I left off in Carolina Beach, where my mom and a stowaway had just come to join me for the continued journey south. Pusa, first morning on the boat. So we headed out of Carolina Beach and into the dreaded Snow's Cut. You can see the difference in colors showing that it's really shallow. I didn't get any video as I had to be really careful navigating through there. Once under the bridge there was also a low-hanging cable that was definitely lower than it was marked. I was on the GPS and my mom was on the Navionics, and we were just trying to navigate into the deepest water possible. Needless to say, we were grateful to get through Snow's Cut and into the Cape Fear River.
Pusa, look at the birds! Headed out to the open water.
So we headed out of the Cape Fear Inlet, and the wind was great, but I didn't account for the swells, and they were hitting us right on the beam every 3 seconds. So we started tacking and zigzagging until I got seasick, and then we decided to turn around. Thank goodness my mom was with me, as she grew up on boats with my grandfather and never gets seasick. So we headed back in, and at this point it was low tide and heading down the Intracoastal wasn't an option. So we were looking for a place to anchor, but there wasn't any anchorages to be found. So thank goodness we had one last option in the Deep Point Marina. Here's the Deep Point Marina. And we were desperate for anchorage or docking anywhere last night, and there was nowhere around. Came through these seawalls, through the rough current, got into the seawalls, got out of the rough current, and stayed at the fuel dock right here. Thank goodness for this place, or else I don't know what we would have done. The deep draft, man, it's really tough around going down the ICWs when it's low tide. It's tough trying to work things out. Constant planning. On the road again, on the sea again. Setting sail. Just another day, just another barge. So we're going to go into the ICW instead of going out on the ocean because it was just too rough. Very unenjoyable. And we're going to fight through the low depths with our deep draft, and probably get stuck a couple times and try to work off it. See what happens. Going by Southport, getting off the Cape Fear River and turning onto the ICW, and just a minute up here.
1, 2.
continued on and made it all the way to the Little River Inlet, where we anchored right on the North Carolina-South Carolina border.
Leaving our anchorage at Little River and headed into the Rockpile towards Myrtle Beach. On our way to Georgetown or around Georgetown somewhere. Goodbye, Little River.
So I just checked the engine at Little River this morning before starting the day, and the pin was out like this. Same problem we had in North Carolina where the shaft shot through. The pin came out, the shafts came through. So I tapped it back in and then tightened the screws as tight as I could. And we made it about 10 miles and it's still coming out. So I don't know what to do. Alright, so here's what I did. Duct tape included. I tightened these bad boys, of course, as tight as they could possibly be tightened. The problem is I think that the pin has worn down the shaft hole that it sticks in, and the hole is now too big for the pin, so it keeps sliding out no matter how tight these are. So what I've done is I put a bunch of duct tape in front of it, like 5-6 layers, and then I put a clamp around the duct tape so it doesn't push the duct tape off. So at the little marina I pulled up to, there was a captain there named John Jakes who was running a little charter service, and he asked what the problem was, and he decided to help me out and one up my duct tape job and make it a little more professional.
This might work. This could screw up as soon as you start.
Well, with how tight the bolts are, I don't think it'll come out right away. It'll just come out when if it does.
It'll come out when you least expect it and least want it to.
Right. You know. The new jerry rig system, or should I call it the Johnny rig system, as John Jakes and Little River helped me do this. So Captain John, if you see this someday, I just want to say thanks for your help again, and I hope you're doing well. The Governor's Lighthouse was commissioned in 1984 by Governor Richard Riley. It was built to honor all South Carolina governors, past and present. The Little River Swing Bridge was built in 1935 and restored in 1980. It opens on demand and connects Little River with North Myrtle Beach. After the bridge, we entered the dangerous waters of the Rockpile. The Rockpile is one of the few man-made sections of the Intracoastal that was created by blowing up rock with dynamite. This is one of the main reasons I wanted to go outside before. I asked others for advice on passing through the Rockpile, and they said just stay in the middle because there's jagged rocks on either side. Before entering the Rockpile, you should hail on channels 13 and 16. Securite, 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 southbound sailing vessel entering the Rockpile. Any concerned traffic, please hail on channel 13 or 16. After hailing, we didn't receive any word, so we continued on. But guess what? Halfway through, a barge came around the corner and was coming right at us. Nerves were immediately at an all-time high. You can't turn around and you can't move over to the side or your keel will smash into the jagged rocks. So I stood my ground and literally came within 5 feet of this barge as it passed on my port side. I had a lot of mixed feelings flying around after that, as I was angry at the barge captain who didn't respond to my security call, but I was extremely thankful to get through, as it could have been disastrous. So here now at the Grand Dunes Marina in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach. We got past the rock pile without any damage. Actually hit something right before the rock pile, but I think it's okay. No flooding in the bilge or anything like that. Keel seems to be alright. Pulled up to this dock right here. Got a nice dock spot. No one was here at the marina. We hailed them on the channel 16 and got no response. Called the phone number, got no response, so we just pulled right in and docked up. And my mom is going to go rent a car. This is a major street right over here, and I think there's a couple car rental places not too far away. She's gonna go back down to Florida, and she may come back, she may not, we'll find out. But I'm gonna be here for at least a day, maybe 2 days. Tomorrow there's supposed to be a thunderstorm that I've been reading about all week that's supposed to be here, so I will probably just stay here through that. Anyways, nice little marina. Somebody wants off the boat. He said, "Get me off the boat." Kitty don't want to be on the boat no more. Too much rocking and rolling and loud engine noise. Take me to the marina, get me some cat food. Catnips. So later that day, I met a guy at the Anchor Cafe right there who took me out to officially introduce me to the South with some country karaoke. So I stayed here at the Grand Dunes Marina an extra 2 days, 2 nights, because saw southbound there was a storm around Charleston and Georgetown, and it was coming north. So decided to just stay instead of going through that. Storm is finally here, and it's an okay place to be. Right here in Myrtle Beach. At the restrooms, showers, and doing some laundry right here. So should be past tomorrow morning, and we'll be taking off at that time. So later that day, I'm sitting there with the tallest mast, and I'm pretty sure I got struck by lightning. We're in a bit of a squall here. Saying goodbye to the Grand Dunes Marina here in Myrtle Beach. Lane and Jason in the office will take care of you if you see them. You can have a nice time in season there at the Anchor Cafe. There's a steakhouse right over there. A hotel is very nice over there. So my mom came back and brought another stowaway with her, my adopted sister, Shahana. I'm gonna go try an anchor now, upstream. Traveled from the Grand Dunes Marina down the Wakama, and now here at this little anchorage, Bull Creek. Look how close we are. It drops off quick. Had to get close to, so I didn't have to let out a million miles of chain. Well, I only had to let out like 75 feet instead of 150. That guy came in right behind us, anchored at the same time. He took my spot that I wanted. I actually was trying to go around the corner, and that's where I'm gonna go on the dinghy right now and check it out, because one Navionics was saying the footage was good over there, and the depth was good, and another Navionics device said, no, it's not. So I'm gonna go see. That's where I wanted to go, where I saw on cruisers .net or whatever, it says it's good to go there. So I'm gonna find out. Here in Bull Creek, right off of the Intracoastal over there. We're on Bull Creek, right off the ICW in Waccamaw. We're going for our first wild adventure dinghy ride here in the wilderness. South Carolina. Mom's back on the boat. She's taking care of some toilet business. It'll be stinky for a little bit, so we're getting away. We're gonna go check out this anchorage spot we wanted to go to earlier, but we had some doubts about it being deep enough. So we're gonna check it out.
Hi, Daddy.
Johanna and I living the life.
Living the life on the ocean.
And it's a beautiful morning here in Bull Creek. Water makes you kind of want to go water skiing. Some wakeboarding. Just flat as can be. Headed towards Georgetown. Trying to figure out if I want to stay at the marina there or find an anchorage around. But for now, enjoying Bull Creek here. Heard some very strange howling bear noises, Bigfoot noises over here in the trees, right over here. A little disturbing, to be honest. I've never heard an animal like that before. Maybe it was some South Carolina country boys fooling around, who knows? But the anchorage is here at Bull Creek. I recommend it. It's really nice with the trees, and you're out of the high winds, and the holding is good. It's just mud. I'm just gonna have to wash off the anchor real good when I bring it up. Welcome to the Waccamaw River. What'd you see while you were on the Waccamaw? It's a whole lot of trees. Look to your right, you see some trees. You look to your left, you see some trees. Look in front of you, trees. Behind you, trees. What'd you see on the Waccamaw? Saw a whole lot of trees. Mom Tori and Johanna at the helm, driving through the Waccamaw. Almost to Georgetown.
And I'm cold.
Well, that's because it's cold. Thanks for following along. Stay tuned for the next episode as we head into Georgetown and then into Charleston. Also, you can check out the whole playlist right here. Or you can check out my adventure to the Philippines. Make sure to subscribe, and most importantly, hit that bell icon so you don't miss anything along the way. I'll see you in the next one.